John Justin Bunting, a serial killer who started murdering from 1992 and murdered 11 persons.
When Bunting was 8 years old, he was beaten and sexually assaulted by a friend's older brother. As a teenager, he is reported to have enjoyed weaponry, photography, and anatomy. As a young adult, he developed a strong hatred of pedophiles and homosexuals.
Robert Joe Wagner, always murdered together with Bunting, is a subculture of murders. He murdered 10 persons in total. James Berridon and McWayne Hayden, colluded with Bunting and Wagner, have killed 4 persons. Life just like Dream Trap, set out and go to the end. Nobody can predict what will happen next minute. Everything you may think normal, nothing strange, but maybe next minute you will disappear forever in this world. November 1998, Salisbury North, a quiet and peaceful morning. Tracy was invited to Bunting's living room for a social visit. They chatted to others and enjoyed a good time together. However, after a while, Bunting bashed him fiercely behind Tracy's. Bunting didn't stop bashing him until he had no grace. Thomas Trevelyan, a man who was described as having physical problems, April 1997, he shared a house with Barry Lane, the man who murdered by Bunting later. Trevelyan has assisted Bunting and Wagner in the earlier murder of Barry Lane. Bunting murdered him after finding out he told others of his crime. On that day, Trevelyan was driven to Kersbrook by Bunting and Wagner, a remote forest. He was forced to stand on a box and wanted to struggle, but failed, while a noose was fastened around his neck and hung him cruelly. He died without closing his eyes. November 1998, Elizabeth Hayden was murdered in her own house by Bunting and Wagner. While the other 2 men were far away from her, she was the only female they murdered. The bodies were founded one by another. The bodies in burials were variously stored in several places before finally being moved to the snow town. This included a shed behind Bunting's house and Murray Bridge. In April 1998, the 3 burials were then moved to Hayden's property in 1998. After that, Bunting and other people were caught by the police.
There are any harder things to children, but sadly still in the hand about it. I decided to take action, and I take that action quickly.
Bunting committed 11 murders and was sentenced to 11 consecutive terms of life imprisonment without the possibility of release on parole. Wagner committed 10 murders and was sentenced to 10 consecutive terms under the same conditions. Velasquez committed 4 murders and was sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences with a non-parole period of 26 years. Hayden was sentenced to 25 years with no possibility of parole for 8 years.
Cut the stars, look how they shine for you, and everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you, and all the things you do. And it was called Yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all